Okie dokie. So we're back, and we ended yesterday with a mishap. I got a little overzealous, and I broke one of the bolts that holds the fuel tank restraining straps. And that's why I call my breaker bar the break it bar, because sometimes I don't know when to stop and overdo it. But the funny thing is, it wasn't even the break it bar. I was using one of my 12-inch socket handles and still broke the thing off. Anyway, I got a way to fix it. I'm going to show you here in a second. So yesterday, I broke that strap bolt. So I was going to just give up and hang it and be done with it, but there's a fix. So for $1.24.97, I'm going to turn this old rusted piece of crap and have it hang by these bolts. You open the eye up, you cut this off with your death wheel, drill this out to handle the 5/16 bolt, open this eyelet up, hang the eyelet and up through, and some washers and some nuts, and you got a brand new tank hanger. Now this one right here, if I get it off like that, I'm just going to grease it and put it back together, because it is, I believe those are about a 1/2-inch bolt, I think that looks like. And going down to 5/16, that's light duty, but the way this tank's held in here, it doesn't really need heavy duty. 33 gallons of gas is 240 something pounds, something like that. 260 pounds. So if I find bigger ones of these somewhere, I can change it later easily, because this will come apart in minutes instead of having to struggle with all the crazy crap I went through, PD blasting it for like a whole week straight to try to get it to loosen up, and using my my Terminator, the eliminator tool to get rid of all the rust. I won't have to do that, because it'll be all fresh bolts, fresh nuts, fresh washers, greased up. So anyway, I'm going to start with this. I'm going to cut this strap into pieces and make it into what I need it to be, and then take one of these 2 eye bolts and straighten it out a bit and make it a hook like the old gas tanks used to be hooked up, and then I'll hang it back up, but not until after I fix my fuel sending unit. So I'll see you in a bit. So, I'm going through all this trouble trying to get the tank down. I got to get down anyway, because it's I can see some rust, and I just want to wire and paint it with some Rust-Oleum or something. But I'm looking at the top of this tank here, and does this look like I might actually have enough room to pull this out without dropping this tank? I think so. I'm going to try. I'll let you know how it goes. So these connections look horrible. I am not going to mess with them. What I am going to do is I'm going to loosen the sending unit from out of the tank, and then drop the tank off the sending unit, so I don't have to disco those, because I don't need to break something more on this job. I think I've already broken out my fair share. Although it only cost me $3.68 to fix the whole thing. So I'll be back. So I couldn't get the ring to move on this thing. This thing's a rust bucket. I'm going to actually take my PD blaster and just slather this thing all up, and tomorrow morning I'll wire brush it, clean it as best I can, spray it again, and then spray it with some brake clean real fast to get all the dust off of it, and then I'll try again. So I got my my grinder / death wheel thing from Harbor Freight, the Hercules brand. Sorry for the shakes. I'm not using a stand today. I will when I get in there and start doing this. But I use the hell out of these wheels. This still has life in it, but with the job I have to do, I'm just going to put a brand new one on there. And because I'm trying to be really precise, so I don't grind the too much of the material off of the strap. So when the eye hole this goes through, there's plenty to bite on and hang by. Anyway, I'll be back with a new wheel. So first in this repair, I gotta get this eye bolt and open it up. Now you can either heat these and bend these, however you want the way you do it. You gotta need an opening to hang on the metal. So there you have it. So while I was looking at all this, I noticed something on this tank. Don't see a lot of this on a tank, but this tank has a hole in here where I can actually get a longer one of these and support it here if this doesn't turn out the way I plan it to, but I'm sure this will. But just a little added bonus, if you got a tank with these holes on the corner and you're having a problem mounting it somewhere, there you go. There's always another way. So now I pop the old rivet out and just, if I have to open up the hole, I don't think so. I think this will actually fit through the existing hole, so I don't have a problem. Just got to pop that rivet I just ground both heads off of and onto the repair. So clumsy is my first nature, and I am forever nailing my head, shoulder, back on these bolts. So since they're not really needed, I mean, the U-bolt is, but since the bottom ends, I'm doing some weight reduction. And the next thing that happens with these things anyway, you'll be shocked when you see that video, because birth is going to become something a lot different soon. If you happen to buy one of these sets, get the 5 amp hour batteries. The 2 amp hour batteries, 2.5 or whatever, are good for like drills and stuff, but when you want to saw a grind, anything where you need some torque, get a 5 hour. Otherwise you'll be charging batteries every hour. I don't mind drilling into my mat. I just don't want the drill to hit the ground and snap the drill bit. This is probably better with lubrication, but this is those spot welded bolts. So they were heated when they were smashed. It's not like drilling through a regular piece of sheet metal. It would probably be better if I had a titanium coated bit also, but I got this cheap already set, and it does the job. Next drill. I gotta get this hole up to accept my my lovely little 5/16 doodad. Doesn't have to be much bigger, just enough to slide on there. The smaller the better, actually. So. It might actually spin some of this rivet out. I wouldn't be surprised. So I think I'm just going to go right to my 5/16, which will cover this. So slow down a little bit, and hopefully this thing doesn't bite too bad, because I don't want to go back up and get my vice grips out to hold this while I drill it. Actually, I'll hold it while I drill it. And there you have it. So now, got this. Here, let me change the camera angle a little bit so you guys can see this now. Now you've got this. And actually, it would be better to go from the inside to the out. And gotta bend this thing back into shape. That's there. You go. I got washers here also for this, but just to show you how simple this repair really is. Shouldn't do this without a washer, but you know, just to show you. And there you have it. You have a repaired bolt mount, tank mount, and it looks a lot better than that rusty old piece of crap there. Still gonna try to salvage that one, but now it only takes a little bit to do this. So anyway, I'll be back. Don't know what else I'm going to do right now, but I'll be back. Ooh, look, spare parts. So this is kind of what the final project looks like. And I'm gonna bend this frame component. You see how it's like it's not flat? See how this angle to it? A couple whacks with my 1 pound hammer, straighten that right out. This way the washers sit flat, because I want to put a washer on the bottom side here too. If you can see that, it's bright and sunny and I can't really even see what I'm doing under here. There you go. See, I want to put a washer under that, and so that I can snug this up when it's all said and done, like that. Sorry for the lousy camera angles, but I'm really up close. So that's pretty much how today went. The plan is tomorrow to open up the top of that tank and then drop the tank down, clean out whatever's left in there, see if I can get another of those filters, the sock that goes on the sending unit, and rebend that sending unit bar to go to a lower empty, so I'm not running empty at the red line before the empty line. So anyway, that's enough for today, and I'll be back, of course. See y'all tomorrow. May the force be with you.